Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Indeed, the Lord is near. This is the entrance antiphon we heard chanted as the prelude before Mass today. And the Latin, Gaudete in Domino Semper, is why this Sunday is called Gaudete Sunday. Rejoice in the Lord always. And so, why do we rejoice? We rejoice, of course, because Christmas is getting closer. And even Holy Mother Church rejoices with her sacred liturgy. There's a relaxation of the penitential aspect of Advent today, just as Laetare Sunday is a relaxation during the season of Lent. Yes, Advent is, too, a penitential time, but not so much as Lent. Rather, Advent is a time for joyful penance, or penitential joy, however you want to see it. And as we look at the liturgy, especially at the collects, the opening prayers we hear during Mass, what do we find? In the first week of Advent, we begged God for the grace of the proper approach to this season in an alignment of our will with the holy will of God. All so that our good works may help us on the way of salvation, all through the grace of the Lord. And last Sunday, in the second week of Advent, we asked God for help and protection in facing the obstacles that the world raises against us. And this Sunday, we have a glimpse of the joy that is coming. And we ask the Lord to help us attain and celebrate these joys of so great a salvation. And how are we to do that? As the collect says, through solemn worship and glad rejoicing. And while Advent is about waiting and joyful penance, our lives seem to be going so fast as we hurry to prepare for Christmas. Even the prayers of the liturgy recognize this rushing about. But it's not a rushing from store to store and party to party that the Church envisions. Instead, it's a rushing with just works to meet Christ and setting out in haste to meet the Son of God. So, are we doing that? When we look at our jam-packed calendars, do we see time for prayer? Perhaps a visit to the Adoration Chapel, works of mercy, assistance for charities, and a plan to go to confession. After all, if we're going to truly enjoy Christmas, we've got to prepare. Remember, we prayed in today's collect, O God, who see how your people faithfully wait the feast of the Lord's Nativity. So, with the last 2 weeks' prayers urging us to rush to do good works and hasten to go out and meet Christ, we now have this added image of an eager and unrestrained joy. This is an almost childlike dash towards something we have wanted and waited on for a long time. Parents, surely that sounds familiar, right? Earthly fathers watch this scene play out on Christmas morning as the kids joyfully dash to see what presents are under the tree. In the same way, we should all be childlike and eager in our joy to perform good works under the gaze of a Father who watches us, a Father with a plan for our lives and our salvation. But oftentimes, that plan seems unclear to us. And sadly, many people feel as if there's no plan at all for their lives. But no matter where you are along the way of salvation and the journey of faith, the epistle today reminds all of us that we must be patient. Patient until the coming of the Lord, like a farmer who waits to harvest his crop until it has been nourished and fully grown. And we are given the example of the hardships and the patience of the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. Imagine the 700 years between the prophet Isaiah and the forerunner of Christ, John the Baptist. 700 years. Imagine waiting generations to receive the one thing you've always wanted, to see the person you've always wanted to see, to experience something that has been promised to you. And then finally, to hear John the Baptist crying out in the wilderness, announcing that Christ the Lord is near. You've rushed, you've hastened, and you've set out to meet him, the one who saves, the one who performs miracles, the one who proclaims the good news, the Messiah, who shows you the way to blessedness and everlasting life. So as we continue to patiently await his return at Christmas and again at the end of time, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice.